Yeah,
Level 3!
Again, I'm no sprite artist myself, but so people in the community have done a lot of great work, and actually, this rifle, and I think the machine gun sprite. Fun fact: these sprites were going to originally be used for Doom. Like, you can find them in the alpha and beta versions of it, but they scrapped them as the development cycle went on. So these are actually pretty much original Doom sprites that we're using. Oh, there's a game. But not every weapon is like that. Some of them, yeah, it's just people drew them from scratch or with some references themselves, and they did a really good job.
Again, props to the community. I haven't seen them myself, but I 100% believe you, because again, just some of the work that comes out of the community, some of the quality of the work. These monsters here, are these more from that online resource you were telling me about? I've forgotten what you're saying it was called.
Yeah, so 99% of the monsters. There's one that's not. 99% of the monsters that I got all came from that Realm 667 site. It's a great resource. It has a bunch of custom monsters, custom sound effects, custom weapons, decorations, just about everything you could think of to spruce up a mod. And this is basically the backbone of this mod that I've made.
Amazing.
About the only things that I've actually made myself, there is a single monster recolor. And if we'll know when you see it, we'll get to it. There's
Okay,
that.
is it one that's not shown up yet?
Right. Oh.
Okay.
Another thing that I have to give credit to myself for, the little rocket trails on the phalanx rockets, the little red and stuff.
Sound
I drew those.
Sounds.
And then these custom crosshairs, I made all of them myself in paint. It was a little fun, but
It was
all the monsters,
nice.
all the
nice.
all the weapons and items is mostly the work of others, just borrowing.
I mean, that's the nature of mods and mods, though, I imagine. So when you're going to start making a level, you sit down. You know, it's Thursday afternoon. You've finished, work or whatever it is you would do during the day, and you start getting that little itch. Oh, maybe I'm going to do something a bit creative. I might make a level. Like what do you do? What's step one in your kind of process for putting these things together?
So my process has varied a little bit. So for this level set, for this second episode, I decided to plan out all of the levels before actually trying to make them. So, like, when I was at work...
All of them? The whole episode? All of them for the entire episode?
Yeah, I planned out this entire second episode. And not one go, it took me a couple of days, but yeah, basically, when I started this project, I came up with a bunch of level names, places, stuff that I wanted to work with. But I didn't really have many concrete ideas for any of them. So for this second episode, this set of 7 levels, when I was at work, I would find papers, sticky notes, and I just thinking, this map is sewage tunnels. How do I want to make a sewage tunnel map? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a lot of, distinct tunnel areas. Sorry, Civvy 11, this is going to add another one to his sewer map count. But, So, but yeah, so like for this level, I just sketched out everything on a post-it note. Use different other things like the red key doors and the marker, red keys, and the red triangle, blue key if it has a blue triangle. And I just pretty much sketched away the important stuff on a sticky note. And then monster placement, I had ideas of monsters and item placement in my head, but besides keys, I didn't really mark those down because it could get really crowded. And that's how I made this
I guess that makes a lot of sense. I guess with Doom that works particularly well because of course it's all ultimately height maps. So I imagine you can sketch out Doom level pretty effectively just on the back of a napkin.
Yeah, so that is one of the amazing things about, I think, about Doom compared to other video games. Like I tried making, or I was interested in modding for Quake 2, Quake 3, even Skyrim. I wanted to get into that, but it's just so daunting that you open the level editor or the map editor or the map maker and it's just, you're running in three-dimensional space there. You have to deal with vertices and stuff, and whereas with Doom Builder you just open it up, it's like looking at grid paper. I can deal with that a lot better.
Nope. I was getting a little bit concerned about lag spikes there, but I think it seems to be settling. Oh, that's the rocket launcher. I just auto-switched. That's what happened there. Did the job. These rockets are beautiful. This is a deeply satisfying weapon to fire. Oh, that noise as well. I think there's a bit of an art form to making a satisfying weapon, because I think there's a bit of a misconception that it's just, you know, as long as damage comes out of it, it'll be fine, or as long as rockets out, you know, as long as damage comes out of it and the damage is substantial, it's a satisfying weapon. I don't think that's true at all. You know, you've got animations, you've got sounds, you've got the look of the thing. You know, does it look like it's going to do some damage? Is it supposed to look like it's going to do some damage for the weapon that it is? You know, have you left yourself room to escalate? And I think that's something that comes out in Doom really cleanly. One of the things I really like about Doom, just as you were saying earlier about sort of comparing it to more recent games. One of the things that, and I got into this again relatively recently, is it's almost distilled. It's like design and mechanics and intention distilled down to like its purest form, because it's so simplistic and there's such a tiny thing to work with. You've got a 2D image of the top of a gun, and you've got sound effects, and you've got sometimes a projectile to draw and an amount of damage to apply to, you know, an enemy, and that's it. That's all you've got to work with. And compared to modern games, they've got so much. You've got particle effects, and you've got pixel shaders. You can have, you know, environment destruction potentially. You can have all kinds of things just going on to make it look like it's got some oomph. And yet some of the Doom weapons, I feel, are some of the most satisfying ones in gaming to fire, particularly the super shotgun. The thing's ridiculous. It's just so satisfying, just boof, and half a room disappears. And I think that's almost a lost art, or it's something I find really interesting, that people making Doom and Doom mods and the like seem to be able to, with your rocket launcher in mind, because it's super satisfying to fire, they seem to achieve more with less. And I think that the design of them is absolutely key, because I think because you've only got comparatively so few resources to work with, that far more care and attention is paid to it. Because you've got very limited resources to display on screen, you've got to be extremely careful what you do with them and make sure they all line up just right and work well together. Whereas I think with a lot of modern games, it's just, chuck some particle effects in, put an explosion in. If it's not satisfying, turn the physics up. You know, and it's they sometimes feel a bit phoned in by comparison to just these classic weapons. I'm getting distracted again. Where am I going? I've not been this way yet. Let's go this way. Just looking for empty bits of map. I've not started actually looking for anything yet. That's a button. Button.
This is like the worst the lag has been so far.
It is. Might have a little break after this one, maybe. Oh, hello. Let's see if I can calm down. As I say, like I was saying earlier, if we get one level recorded, which we already have, I'll call it a win, because I knew there'd be some faffing about. I didn't think there'd be as much as there was, but I knew there'd be a bit, and I wasn't even sure if it ultimately, for technical reasons, work out. Just because you never know. You never know. Never be 100%. It's dangerous. But yeah.
I'm gonna grab that megasphere right there.
I've got 100 health and 200 armor. It'd be a bit of a waste if I grabbed it.
Alright, then I'll take it.
Oh, hello! Righto.
Getting back to something you mentioned about less is more.
Yes.
I do kind of agree with it, I think. Maybe some of my weapons that I've decided to put in monsters are a bit overdoing it, but definitely in the regard of the level design itself pretty much. Because that is one thing you might see in a lot of these custom new levels, is there's just a huge amount of detail, and I'm not knocking it or anything. It is really impressive how people manage to do these kinds of things with the Doom engine of all things, or with GZDoom. But when I play Doom personally, it doesn't have to be, there don't have to be slopes everywhere. I don't need a lot of dynamic lighting everywhere. I kind of like this sort of aesthetic that I've got going on with these maps, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. I think even achieving an aesthetic that is you. That's fine. I was going to shoot you then. With your pinky. Even achieving an aesthetic with the limited resources and the limited sort of texture resolution and things like that is quite impressive in these environments. And I think again it's kind of a testament to the mappers that do exist in the community at the minute, because some of the ones I've seen people make cathedrals in Doom. I just, my brain implodes. I don't understand. But even maps like this, do have a feel to them. They have a, you've got a sewer here. It's a sewer. It's built. It's brickwork. It comes out here. There's a little waterfall, a little open field area. It makes sense. You can tell where you are. It does have an atmosphere. It has a vibe. It makes sense. Where the monsters are and why they're there. And I think that's getting a consistent tone across a level with the restrictions of an engine like Doom, even with GZDoom, is in itself quite impressive because of the limited resources. You can't have a fog. You can't have fog effect. You can't have, or you'd struggle to have potentially things like rain. You'd struggle to have the traditional things that would give atmosphere. You can't have a place get dirty, or you might struggle to make it a bit darker as you go forward. Where am I going? Where am I going? I've not been over there yet. I've got some keys. Let's go this way.
So this right here is the sewer exit. That's another thing I didn't mention. On the screen, it will flash through where you're. It's a fun little option.
What was that? Sorry, you said it. Splash on the screen.
Yeah, like if you go into this room, over here, the exit room, just walk in there. You'll see it says exit to communication tower.
Oh, so it does. For some reason it's hidden.
It'll change to
sewer exit.
Sewer exit, all that stuff.
It's cool. It's cool. I've not been over there. I know that's the exit, but I haven't been this way yet. It tells me, so I'm gonna go this way.
All right, let's head there.
I'm just sprinting because I got my map up. What's this way? Oh, okay. That's why I've not been that way. All right, that way. That's a switch. Done that switch. Done that switch. Yeah. What's in here? Nice. Got my full set of chainsaws, full complement. Both flavors. I can't go that way.
So we've got, let's see, 1 out of 5 secrets. There are a couple more left, or 4 more left. I can go ahead and
yeah, let's do it. Let's do
them real quick before we finish this map.
Flaunt them secrets. I guarantee I wouldn't find them, or if I did, it'd take me all day.
Okay,
I'm terrible.
so we have the red key.
Secrets. Yeah.
So if you want to hop down here where we got the blue key earlier, this will be a shortcut. Come into this room. Was full of pink things and the zombie man with the shotguns.
Also, Matt.
There's a red key. Oh.
Oh no! Oh! Oh, of course it's a trap. Of course it is. You fool, Alex. You fool. There we go. Hang on. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, it stops when you get out. That's a nice touch. It's start again if I go back in. Oh, the lights! Oh, the lighting. Did you have to draw these on? I drew on the polygons for these lightings here. A little on the floor there. Or the vertices, I should say.
But yeah, so right here we have the red keyboard. And this is one of the secrets. Chain gun storage. I'm going to go ahead and grab that.
There we go. Oh, this is another custom one. Okay. Spin up time. Oh, that is satisfying. That is satisfying. But see, this is what I mean. This chain gun in Doom, that is an animated sprite and a sound effect, is more satisfying to fire than probably 80% of the chain guns that I've experienced in games. What? It's a lost skill. It's a lost skill. I swear.
Yeah, so for this chain gun in particular, originally I was just using the regular Doom sprite. I was thinking about using the Gatling gun from Skull Tag, since that has a similar look, but I didn't like how small the barrel was. And then in that Doom roguelike arsenal I mentioned, I found a slightly larger Gatling gun sprite there, so that's what this is. And the sound effects I kind of stole from Doom 3 from its chain gun. Because, well, I do have a kind of a soft spot for Doom. But yeah, so that's the wind up, the attack sounds, the wind down, that all comes from Doom 3.
Okay. Is the attack speed the same as the Doom 3 one? Or has it been sped up? I feel like it's been sped up. My memory of Doom 3 is fuzzy.
Yeah, the Doom 3
I
chain
remember
gun
being
is
a
a
lot
little
slower.
slow, but this one, with having to balance a bunch of weapons in slot 4, I decided the chain gun is going to be a bit more like the Quake 2 chain gun, where it winds up, shoots really fast, blows through your ammo, and tears through anything that you're pointing it at. Because I've got to be honest, the Quake 2 chain gun is just one of the stupidest, most insane weapons in a game I've ever seen, and I love it.
It is, yes, 100% yes. It's like an analog BFG. Instead of just being a one shot, it's like you've got to keep it pointed, but it's just ludicrous. Where are we going? Oh, I'm following you. More secrets o'clock.
Okay, okay. Hang on, stay where you're at, in this room. Alright. See that purple sphere up there? On the ledge. Okay.
Yes.
There is a hidden tunnel that we can take. I believe, yeah, it's right here. There's a fake wall that I'm shooting at.
Okay. Oh! Stay.
Now,
That's a good secret. Oh, Is this quad damage or some such?
Quad damage.
Nice.
Now, it would have been useful earlier in the level, but...
Never mind, at least my screen's pink, that's the important thing. I use it on you, because you're immune to my damage. Just push you into that room there you go. Oh,
so, we're almost... Okay, yeah, the last secret is right here at the exit in this room that I'm in right now. These two pillars, they can lower. And it's going to be this wall with the slightly bigger hole in it. Press that. Grab some ammunition.
Very nice.
And that's pretty much it for this map, I think. Got all the kills, all the secrets.
Excellent. So, I'm gonna push the button. I'm gonna do the thing. Oh, that was fun. I enjoyed that.